Yeah, I'm fine with this. It works out. Cause
Cool.
that could stop. Yeah.
All right, Decepy versus Kevsor. This is gonna
I
be a
like how
battle of neutral and keep away.
like if Terry wants to win this matchup, he definitely has to just outclass him in neutral, dude. Everything is up for Terry in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we're gonna see mostly here is going to be frame traps versus neutral traps, right?
I
Like,
feel like Terry has to play dominate the neutral game if he wants to
yeah,
win.
exactly. I think he's gonna set a lot of traps in neutral, and when Benny's in, he's just gonna frame trap him because I think Decepy likes to move a little bit. Yeah, like we've seen a lot of those sweeps so far. At least that's what I try to go for when I'm fighting Terry's now. I realize Terry wants to do something if you're close, because if you don't, then, you know, he ends up starting to eat offense.
And that was a great power geyser. I think he'll just win. I like how he's being patient this match, not letting offense as Benny, because once Benny closes the distance, I think it's really hard for Terry to deal with. Because once he gets to stand B, close D, stand D, crouch B, and jump D range, it's pretty tough. So he was actually doing a good job trying to keep him away right here.
Oh, the crack shoot is what it was. I was wondering that, like, what gave up his position and how he got out.
Like, so there's something like what Decepy needs to do once he's like gets a hit, knockdown, and etc. He needs to try to press the advantage with Terry and try and get in some real damage. Because like he did a lot of damage, right? Decent damage, but he didn't have any like combos to go in with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
trying to play the neutral game, close the distance, put some fear in him. Because like I feel like he had all that time and advantage, and he was getting Kevsor to be more defensive and be more patient. He should have used that opportunity to go in and try to figure out how he could get in and get a clean hit.
yeah. I think he had a really bad roll round start. Let's look at that real quick. Or I don't know if it was a bad roll in particular, but it didn't work out in his favor.
I think it's pretty bad. You don't want to roll at him at the start like that, especially when he's filling you out in the neutral. No, he was probably fishing for something, but
yeah,
this didn't work. So this is where we kind of like talk about like you're playing too fast, like you're ahead of yourself. And Benny's doing a good job just conserving what he like his life and everything in general. He wasn't really taking anything big risky. Right there, that's like one thing where you gotta get comfortable with your hit confirms, and I think he could have definitely took Rock out, or maybe get him to chip damage life, and you know.
Yeah, but here, let's see. That was a very risky one. I like the way that Decepy's been using blowback to get people off of him. I feel like when he does it once in a while, it's not working out like in his favor all the time.
You have to have like a plan to go with it to be able to like try to get yourself to win the neutral. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like if you use and you lose a neutral and they just get back in right at you, I feel like it just ended up being wasteful.
Yeah, having a small plan right after that is really important.
I mean, like, I feel like sometimes you're not always going to get them off you because there are going to be great players and they're always going to be very oppressive, but at least come in with a plan where it develops, like, you know, as a skill in the future where you're going to be able to actually have a successful chance of actually defending against them and get them off of you.
Yeah.
That was a good opportunity.
Yeah, this whole interaction started with a really bad DP on Kevsor's part. Like, it was a good read on an air-to-air with a CD off of Vanessa's part, and then it led into him making a bad DP decision, which led him to lose a half a life.
That is not a real DP. Shouldn't have used that.
Yeah, but Vanessa's kind of scary when you don't know what she's going to do, because she can lead to a lot of damage, so I can see the panic. That was a good blowback off. Yeah, good spacing again, but he's getting you in that same spot. He hit you with the Kevsor special.
Yeah.
That's what you do to me.
Do real damage. Like, watch. Right here. Yep.
Oh, man.
He could have did double.
I gotta believe.
I think he
punish. Almost did that. What, DP the
EX
swing?
DP the sweep? Right there.
Yeah,
because I think that into the EX DP, yeah. If he was definitely trying to contest with that. He could have got
that was an unfortunate.
Yeah, it could probably be lag. Damn.
Okay, good corner control.
Right
DP.
there.
What now?
He could have ran in DP against Vanessa earlier.
Yeah.
Something you need to have on check. Oh, this is big.
So when you throw a fireball like this, I've seen a lot of people just buffer it just in case. I've seen a lot of people buffer that just in case. Would you agree that's a good idea to buffer the super every time you throw a fireball and wait for an anti-air kind of deal? Or is it like...
I wouldn't. I usually don't buffer. I think some people do, like Flamenco and Hero, but Violent Kane, I don't know if he really does it much, but I think he saves it for DP into.
Gotcha. Okay, so looking for DP into that is a much better idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you're on top of it, I guess you could just buffer and just let it rip. But I don't really see a lot of people do that. I mean, it could be a great option, right? So I like how he throws a fireball, plays that mid-range game. That was a good D. See, I just feel like Decepy is just like scared to like get in, you know, like with a good jump CD and start applying pressure. I feel like everything that Decepy is doing is just like he's just tickling you here and there.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff is a wall with like a super being the super wall. Like when he does his raw level 1, like he'll hit you with something and try to catch you whiffing. But it's not leading to a ton yet.
Another thing too, like
nickel and dime.
Another thing too, like I think Decepy, he hits a lot of crouch Bs. It should be something like crouch B, and you know, stand B. Then you could go into max mode, or you could do crouch B. If they block, then you do crouch C. Then you could have, then that crouch C will be either a frame trap, and if it does hit, or if it's on block, you could cancel into special move and go for a trip and apply other pressure. So you could, if you do something like if he's in the corner, you do one crouch B, crouch C. Then what's called power wave light, then you could do hit stand D. You know, so you're trapping him in general.
Makes sense. Okay. That's probably better than always doing burn knuckles, right?
That burn knuckles or just mash crouch B and you're not getting anything.
Yeah. You're leading into a different string.
Yeah, because after this point is like he's just gonna look for a bunch of crouch Bs and just work around that, right? Like you're not throwing like different things at him where he's gonna expect a different button.
Yeah. And the fact that you're doing a lot of stuff that doesn't lead to something, you're on the right track when you're like working on conditioning. Just when you start recognizing when it's time for you to get the big hit, the reward of the mini game that you've set up, you got to be a little bit more on point for it, like paying attention to those spots and building up your execution in those spots. Like you have it down where when you think somebody's gonna jump, that you can reactionary super. I think you're doing it so well that sometimes you're predicting it. I don't know, I might be projecting, but I did that shit before too. But sometimes you get to whiffs.
You just want to buffer it, so when you see that visual cue, then that means you could throw it out.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you do it too early, or like there is a reaction, but the safe jumps exist.
Yep, exactly. I think we're just going so far. Like Rock hasn't really got much after during this game. I feel like Rock should be first because like his neutral just kind of sucks compared to like the rest of the cast. Their normals are so much better. Like Rock only has like what stand A, crouch A, stand B, and crouch B, crouch C. His C and D sucks. Jump CD is okay for his range, but it has a really crappy startup. His normals overall is not that great.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Rock, but normally the only Rock player I really have deal with is Silver.
Yeah, and that's not his best character.
Yeah.
I think Rock
I'm sure egg on my face, I'm gonna end up fighting some fucking crazy Rock player one day. I have to eat those words.
You know? Like, I mean, you know, fucking I think Terry sucks, but
can't believe you didn't confirm that.
A good player yourself one of these days, you know?
Yeah.
Expect it. Now, Kevsor just did really good overall in that game. He was applying pressure. His spacing was pretty good. He didn't know how to deal with shooting, and just like his his timing on his button pressing, like making it rough for Decepy to actually like contest that was actually good.
Yeah, he did a really good job of like just in neutral. Like he set up the mini game, or Decepy set up the mini game, and like Kevsor was like, "Here's mine." And it just ended up trading out in Kevsor's favor.
I always feel like freaking once it gets to the third round, like Kevsor win or lose, I think like he adapts pretty well in the neutral.